and welcome to Vlogmas episode 3. Thank you for being here. I am sorry for the shot of my feet in socks, but it had to be done because today's theme is all about, well, I don't want to tell you yet. Can you guess? The socks are a clue. Also, the shot of the fire is a clue. The pink and the green, anyone? Yeah, it's pretty obvious. I want to talk about Wicked today because, as I mentioned, I am going to see it tonight with my friend. So, of course, I am wearing my pink Doppio sweater that I made last year, I believe, and my pink and green socks. They are made with ruby and roses. It was her Christmas skein Christmas set maybe last year. I think the colorway was Christmas gumdrop or something like that. And I made them last year during the month of December for Christmas. So even though they're not really Christmas colored, I still like to wear them in December because they bring back good memories of knitting them last year. And then, of course, they're pink and green, so perfect for wearing to go see Wicked. Also, because we're just thinking about Wicked all day long, I thought it would be fun to rank my top 5 Wicked songs from both movies. But before we do, I should probably tell you what I am working on while we're doing this little knit and chat. Another pink project, perfect for Wicked. This is my Musselburgh hat. I talked more about it in my last Vlogmas episode, number 2. So if you want more details, you can go back and watch that one if you would like. But yeah, we're just leaning into the pink and the green. For the first time that I saw Wicked, I wore green the second movie, but I was just feeling the pink sweater today, so that's what we're going with. Okay, my top 5 favorite Wicked songs. Number 5 has to be Dancing Through Life. I have never really loved that song I'd never seen the play, but I grew up listening to the Wicked soundtrack like most people of my generation, and Dancing Through Life was never, ever one that I listened to growing up. I just forgot about it and just never really liked it that much. But when I saw it in the first movie, with the dancing with it, and Jonathan Bailey does such a great job in that song of both singing it with like the type of voice that matches the story of the song, of just being this flighty guy that doesn't care about anything serious and kind of being a rebel. His voice brings so much meaning to the song. And coupled with the dance moves, it's just absolutely incredible. I think it's such a jam, and also I just love the ending scene of them all singing the melody together after Elphaba and Glinda have the little dance moment together. It's just such a joyful song that, yeah, I love it so much. Also, I should mention that there will probably be Wicked spoilers in this conversation. So if you don't want Wicked spoilers, maybe skip ahead a little bit. But number 4 for me is Defying Gravity. I know this seems kind of low on the list, but there's just some other ones that I have stronger feelings about. But of course, Defying Gravity has to take a spot in the top 5. Hold on, I gotta close my door because I think my son is playing with his toys for quiet time and it's being really loud. I would say that as a kid, I listened to Defying Gravity probably the most. There's one other one that could be tied for how many times I listened to it, but of course it's such a classic of Elphaba and Glinda both just butting heads a little bit, but ultimately deciding that their friendship is more important than their opposing views. And I think that that is a very prevalent theme that we all should probably think about in the world of, you know, people can make their own choices and people can choose their own lives based on their own moral compass, their own priorities in life, and we can still choose to be kind and help people in their own journeys. There's my philosophical tangent on that song. But yes, and of course they did such a good job on that song. I like how there's lots of nods to the original, but I also think that Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande kind of did their own inflections to it as well to make it true to them. So yeah, I think they did a phenomenal job with that song. Number 3, I am going with The Wizard and I. Again, this one was not really on my radar as a teen, but when I saw it in the theater and it was my first time hearing Cynthia Erivo's voice in its full glory, because that's the first song that she sings, and I cried, and it was so powerful. I was blown away by her vocal capabilities, I guess you could say. Such a powerful song about dreaming and bravery and just not being afraid to have these like lofty dreams, and also just the joy of realizing that that dream is now within reach and it's everything that she's ever wished for and could solve a lot of problems for her. It's just a very powerful song, and we really get to know Elphaba as a character in that song, I think. So yeah, I love that song so much. It's probably my most listened to from the first movie, I would say. And then number 2, the runner-up for my favorite Wicked song, As Long As You're Mine. This is one that I listened to as a teen quite a bit because, you know, it's a love song and I love me some romance, and holy smokes was this song so well done in the second movie. I think that they blended Jonathan Bailey's and Cynthia Erivo's voices really well, which I was a little bit worried about because Cynthia's voice is just so good on another level, and she and Ariana blend so well, so I was wondering if Jonathan Bailey was able to blend with her as well, and I think that he definitely rose up to the task, and I think that he did a great job. He did just have his little moment of doing some high notes, and I think that he also, again, added some inflections in there and added some meaning to the song in the way that he sang it, so I thought that that was really well done. Yeah, just a very powerful, lovely, hopeful moment in the movie, which we hadn't had before that, and so it's like the first time in the second movie that you're able to breathe for a minute and be hopeful for these characters and just kind of sit in the beauty of it and just wish for the best for them. So that brings us to number 1. My number 1 favorite is No Good Deed. This one was also my number 1 favorite as a teen, and so this one was my most anticipated of hearing, and once I realized how amazing of a singer Cynthia Erivo is, I could not wait to hear her version of No Good Deed. Oh my goodness. And it did not disappoint at all. She did such a great job. Again, she added a lot of emotion to it that I think that the original just had different emotion, obviously, because it's a different person doing it, and it was a play and all of that. And my first time seeing someone acting that out at the same time as singing it was so powerful, and I think that Cynthia did just such a great job at conveying all of the heart-wrenching emotion that she's feeling during that song. And I also really enjoy a villain origin story, and this song is just the most perfect villain origin story song that there could ever be. Absolutely done justice. I have been listening to it so much. Such a powerful song. So those are my top 5. If you have seen Wicked, I would love to know your top 5. If you can't pick a top 5, maybe just top 3 or even just top 1. I would seriously love to hear, because I think that it's cool that, I mean, there's so many different songs, right? And I would love to hear what your favorites are. Also, what did you think of the new songs that they added? I didn't really love Cynthia's new song, or Alphaba's new song, No Place Like Home, I think it's called. And then I think Glinda's new song, The Girl in the Bubble, I think it added some good character development, and also I think the camera work was really cool in that one, but I didn't super love that one either. I honestly am of the opinion that I think they added those songs just to be able to qualify for that Oscars category of like new original song or whatever it's called. Is that even a category? I don't know, but I feel like maybe that's the only reason. But I guess they did add a little bit more character moments. And I'm not going to say no to hearing more of Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo sing, because, man, they killed it. They absolutely killed it. Okay, that is enough about Wicked. A little bit of an update. Jay seems to be doing really well. He did cough a lot last night. He is still coughing, but it's not too bad of a cough, and he's acting completely normal, like has his normal amount of energy. The cough doesn't seem to be bothering him at all. It just seems to be present, so that's very good news. And it doesn't seem like my younger son Emmett has it, at least at the moment. So yeah, I think it's good. I think we're still going to probably stay inside for the rest of the day and chill and make sure that Jay can just be fully recovered enough to go to preschool tomorrow. They're having like a Polar Express day on Thursday for Emmett's class and Friday for Jay's class, and both of my boys love the Polar Express. They've already watched it probably 5 times in the past couple weeks, and so I really don't want them to miss those days. I just think that they will have so much fun on those days. I haven't even told them that that's happening because I'm scared that I'll jinx it and they'll get sick and won't be able to go and they will be heartbroken. So I'm really hoping that they'll be healthy enough to go to that. But anyways, yeah, just gonna chill at home. Nathan is working a bit later today. He'll probably get home like an hour and a half later than he normally does. And so that means I have to make dinner. I hate making dinner so much. Nathan doesn't mind it at all, and so he makes most of our dinners, and he's really good at it. I am just, that's not the thing that I really want to improve on, to be honest with you. I just don't enjoy it that much. So I think we're just gonna have breakfast for dinner. I think I'm gonna make some eggs, and if I am ambitious, I'll make waffles for the boys. Otherwise, they can just have eggs as well. And yeah, that'll be dinner. And then tonight, of course, Wicked. But then I also convinced my friend Allison that we should go to Barnes & Noble before we go to Wicked. And because I have a Barnes & Noble gift card from her and I really want to use it. And I'm very excited to look at some books. So I will be sure to bring you along for a bit of that tonight, and we'll just see where the day takes us. Is there anything else? Yeah, don't forget to put down your Wicked songs. I would really love to hear what your favorites are. Hello, I want to end this vlog by showing you my haul from Barnes & Noble last night, and then I also want to give you a project update on my winter sole. So let's do the book haul first, since that's what I'm currently most excited about. I got a lot. I justified it because it was a birthday haul, because my birthday is next week, and I also had a gift card, so offset some of the cost maybe. Yeah, I have a new goal for next year. If I buy a book, I have to read it the same week. So that's my goal for next year. So no more hauls, but I can still buy books if I read it pretty immediately. That's the plan anyways. But the first thing I got appealed to my 13-year-old self, 12-year-old self. It's this deluxe edition of Twilight. This is the book that absolutely swept me away as a 12-year-old, 13-year-old. I loved it. It informed a lot of my childhood, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I also am of the opinion that the books are way better than the movies, but I loved it so much. And so when I saw this edition, it's basically the most perfect edition I could ever hope for, and it's way better than the original cover because I hate this cover so much. I hate it. But at the same time, I don't know, it's a classic. I mean, it will always hold a special place in my heart. But this is like the adult version of me if she gets a Twilight copy, because yeah, it's just one of my nostalgic reads. So it comes with this case that's the flowers. It's beautiful, very sturdy case, and then the book is inside and it comes out. There's the cover, the back again. It has the Twilight quote of Twilight again, another ending. No matter how perfect the day is, it always has to end. Beautiful copy. The edges are gold. Very beautiful end papers. I think the back ones are the same, yes. My favorite feature though, let's see if I can show you these edges. Okay, so they look gold. If you do them this way, it's Edward. If you, let's see, there we go. You do it this way, it's Bella. Isn't that so cool? So all of the pages have like this little strip right there, and then if you bend it each way, it shows Bella or Edward. Absolutely love that. Obsessed with that. And then I think this page is also very pretty. So yeah, this book was expensive, but I felt like I just needed no one needs this. I just wanted an adult copy, a beautiful copy of one of my favorite childhood books. So that came home with me. I can't wait to display it on my shelf in a very pretty way. The next book I bought is Piranesi by Susanna Clark. This is one that I'm going to buddy read with my friend Allison. And as far as I know, it's about Piranesi, and he lives in this house, and it's kind of like a labyrinth, or like the house maybe is like alive or something, and he is just exploring the house. And I've heard amazing things about this book, and I don't know much more than that. I really like to go into books blind, so I'm excited to read this one with my friend. It's a pretty short one, and we're planning on starting it early January. The next one I got is Emily Wilde's Compendium, of Lost Tales. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, and I have the first two in the series also in the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, so I wanted to get the third one to match. I haven't read this one yet, but I really love the first two. It's a cozy fantasy, academic fantasy. It's about this scholar, Emily. She is trying to find evidence of fae in the world, and it's historical as well. I don't know exactly the time period. I want to say maybe Victorian or Edwardian. I'm not sure what time period, But yeah, she's basically just exploring and using her academics to find out if there are fae in the world. And there's also a little bit of a love story in there too, with like a co-worker of hers, a professor, and it's just very cozy and cute. And as a kid, I loved trying to find flower fairies like at my grandparents' farm, and yeah, I was just obsessed with fairies. And so this also brings me back to that nostalgic time, and I absolutely love this cover. So happy to have that one. The next one is The Children of Gods and Fighting Men by Shauna Lawless. And this one takes place in 981 AD. Again, I'm not too sure about it, but I think it takes place in Ireland, and just got some politics and maybe a little bit of fantasy magic elements in there, but mostly historical feeling. And yeah, I've just heard amazing things about Shauna Lawless, and so I really want to read this, and I'm very excited to. This is the first in a trilogy. And then the last book I got is called Essex Dogs by Dan Jones. This one takes place in 1346, and it's at the beginning of the 100 Years' War. And let's see, it's like this tight-knit company of soldiers, I think, and they're trying to stay alive through the 100 Years' War to, you know, see their home. And I'm sure there will be some battles in here. And yeah, I just, as a teenager, as a kid and a teenager and in college, I was really big into writing and thought I wanted to write books and publish books, and I tried to write a book like this. And so when I read this description and heard about it, I thought, perfect, now I can read a book written by someone else of something I tried to do. So Dan Jones is also, I'm pretty sure, a very good nonfiction writer, and so I know that there's going to be a lot of good historical aspects to this book. And yeah, just very excited to read this one as well. This one I think is a trilogy. At least there are 3 books out right now. So yeah, I have a lot of series starters, and then when I read them, I can decide if I want to keep going with the series and then buy the books whenever I want to read them. So that's my haul. Very, very happy about that haul. I'm just really excited for 2026 reading. If you are a reader, let me know what you're excited to read next year. I'd love to hear. I also forgot to talk about Wicked. It was great. I loved seeing it a third time. Still cried. Third time crying. I loved it, and it was really fun to watch it with Allison and yeah, listen to the soundtrack driving there and back as well. Also, that reminds me, don't forget to put your top 5 favorite Wicked songs, or top 3, or maybe just your top favorite. I would absolutely love to hear, because Wicked is what I'm thinking about right now. So yeah, anyways, thanks. All right, should we do a knitting update? Because I know that that's why most of you are here. So I did get a lot of knitting time yesterday because of kids resting from the sickness. Luckily, no one else has got it, and Jay seems to be just fine. So yeah, he's slowly getting over it. But I did have a lot of time to knit yesterday. And I'm in the colorwork groove of things. This is where I'm at. It's looking magnificent. I really, really like how these yarns are coming together. The fabric feels like it's going to be a very warm sweater, but yeah. I think I'm about halfway through the colorwork for the yoke, and then I'll be splitting for sleeves soon. So I bet I will get that done by maybe Friday. That's in 2 days from now, because today's Wednesday. So that is my goal. I think it's looking absolutely fantastic. I'm loving working on it. The colorwork chart is really fun and engaging, and I really do like how you have these little breaks of just 2 rows of no color work in between the sections. That's been really nice because you just want to get to that next break in the section and finish the current section that you're on. And then, yeah, it's just like a good benchmark and a good goal to get to, I guess. So yeah, really enjoying this. I want to know how your projects are going, how your December is going so far. So leave a comment. I would love to hear. Thank you for joining me for episode 3 of this Vlogmas. I think I'm going to take the rest of today off and reset a little bit, but tomorrow we're planning on going to see Santa, assuming no one else gets sick. But that will be fun to show you, just little clips from that and more knitting content, I'm sure. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or evening, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.